Alrighty, here we are. Oh my gosh, have I been excited to talk about this with you guys. Welcome in, everybody. Oh my gosh, we're going to be doing a bit of a different stream today, as you could tell. Got some rather big news to talk about. I got some cool things to catch you guys up on. We'll be on Lunar Phase later, but for the time being, we got some cool things to chat about. Oh my gosh, I've been keeping... Where's my other earbud? I've been keeping the secret from basically everybody for a very long time now, and I am very, very excited to finally get talking about this. Also, hello, Susie on YouTube. Good to see you. Guys, oh man, this is my first time ever doing a proper, building commission. This is very, very fun. So for some context, I was commissioned to do some build work for the Pantheon SMP, which is a brand new Minecraft SMP that is just kicking in, or just getting started today, actually. A couple hours ago, episode 1 went live. It is a YouTube-only roleplay series by POWCreations. So if you've heard of things like Bannerfall, Vampires SMP, Rats SMP, others, they've done a few other ones as well. Yeah, this is their next iteration. This is their first time doing a YouTube series since Vampires SMP back last year. So very, very cool project to be a part of. I got to do some really cool building. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to talk about it with you guys, but real quick, let us just see who is here. Gosh, it is, let me tell you, it is really nice to be able to talk about this. I have been keeping this secret from so many people. Oh, it's been fun. Oh, it's been really fun. All right, who is here? Epic at 10, congratulations on the first welcome into the stream. Good to see you, and thank you for your pebbles as well. Cozy to Cat, MX Moth, Liminal Creature TV, Oanuno, Prism, Ducky, Archer Bookworm, Something Stars, Blood, Just Two, and Sarusi. Welcome in, guys. Good to have you here in the stream today. We will be on Lunar Phase later. I want to get some more work done on the data center. It is going to be my last stream on Lunar Phase. Unfortunately, the SMP will be shutting down in a couple days, so I will not get the chance to stream on it again. But I want to do some stuff over there. I want to go fill the inside of the data center with stuff and various block-related things. Pearl Ivory, welcome in. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, we'll get to that in just a little bit, but first things first, we gotta talk about Pantheon. Pantheon is really cool. So, Apple reached out to me beginning of July-ish, asking if I was interested in helping out with the build work for Pantheon. Of course, I said yes. I was like, hey, I've never done commissioned build work before. I'll figure it out, though. It's fine. I want to do some building. It's a sick project. Let's make it happen. So, yeah, I was tasked with mainly building smaller structures, ruins. I did a couple big structures as well, but environmental details, right? So I was working on the above ground area. Admittedly, I've not got the chance to watch any of the Pantheon episodes yet because I was out earlier today, went to the gym, did a bunch of other things outside. I know the Pantheon episodes dropped 2 hours ago, so people are probably still watching those. Have not had the chance to actually watch them yet, but I've seen a couple little screenshots. I've seen a couple things. Been watching Pantheon for the past hour or so. Fair enough, Archer Bookworm. Yeah, no, I'm so excited to watch it. Did I add a giant eldritch penguin in a frozen lake anywhere? TBD on that. It's incredible you built some stuff for Pantheon. Thank you. Yes, no, it was very, very cool. I had a blast doing it. POWCreations is wonderful to work with. Owen and Apple are both great. And Vampires was last year. Vampires was indeed last year. That was, I think it was at least. At least it started last year. I don't remember exactly how long it ran for. I think it was September to November or something like that. It was almost a year ago. Yes, I remember episode 1 went live in September last year. So it's been almost a year since Vampires. I'm excited this one is for YouTube. I don't really have enough time to watch many live streams. Yeah, fair enough. Very fair. I know. I'm going to be trying my best to watch as much as I can as well. Especially because, basically every frame you grab from these videos, there's probably something I built in them. Oh, not basically every, but a lot of them. So here's the thing. I spent a lot of time working on the overworld environment. I know there's a whole underground area that I didn't really touch. But the overworld area, I'm talking pathways, ruins, bridges, structures, environmental details, all these little things, all the little details. I'm a details guy, right? I can use Axiom. Yes, I can make these crazy big things if I want to, but it's not really my cup of tea. I think there's people that are better at these sorts of things. However, the small details, the little intricate little details that really bring the map to life, that is where I feel like I really shine. Also, Wraithdoge with the 85 streak. That's a lot of streams. W streak indeed. Angry Hamster 129, welcome in. And Satan, good to see you, Satan. Welcome in. Your video you posted in my Discord, was that from Revoluni? Because that feels like a Revoluni thing. If it is, I'll have to check that out, because that is very cool that you made a video out of that. Regardless, let us see who else is here. Jupiter36, welcome in as well. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. Catching up on messages. Redeems will still not work on this, the chatting screen, unfortunately. But yeah, for context, POWCreations is an SMP production company run by two people. That is Orange Juice TV and Apokuna. The two of them, they've been co-show running a whole bunch of pretty well-known Minecraft SMPs. They are all short-term SMPs. None of them run for longer than a handful of months, I think. But they've got some pretty big names in them, and they've been going for quite a while. They're pretty well established in the Minecraft scene, so it was very, very, very cool getting to work with them. I should add that it's difficult. I would have to redo a lot of things. It's tempting, though. I really should. When we save the funny redeems, you could change my hat if you want. Save the funny redeems for when we get to Lunar Phase in a little bit. They never run for long enough. That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, they do end after a while, and then, of course, the next one starts up again. Totally Seal, welcome in, by the way. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. But yeah, so I have a few screenshots to share. And in case anybody is concerned, yes, I did run all these screenshots by Apo first, and she gave me the okay on that. So don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. I specifically waited to talk about this until after episode 1 went live. Obviously, I don't want to show screenshots before you can actually see the world. Hat swap is out of stock. I just went live. How is it out of stock? Hold on a second. How the heck is it out of stock? Why is it paused? Roars of this type are not... Who paused? Okay. Is it possible to get a mod to just unpause? I didn't know you could pause redeems like that. Could somebody please unpause that? If there happens to be a mod here, please unpause that. Thank you. I don't know how to do that without just getting super lost in the Twitch mod view, and I don't want to do that right now. So if there's a mod here that can take care of that, please, that would be really nice. Thank you. Anyways, right, okay. So there are builds that you built that are spoilers that I can't share. No, I don't think so. As far as I'm aware, the whole map is fair game. And I specifically just worked on the overworld. Thank you, Doge. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I specifically just worked on the overworld, which is all visible. Like, I was already, even just like going on Twitter, looking at people's screenshots of videos and stuff. Like, once again, I haven't got the chance to watch anything yet, unfortunately. I will be doing that later today. Of all the stuff I saw, like on Twitter and all that, it's like I see my own builds in these people's screenshots. It's hilarious. So, okay, let me just list off a bunch of things that I did. I have screenshots of some of these, but not all of them. Because it would be a lot of screenshots. I did a lot of little things around the map, right? There are a lot of really big points of interest, like the giant arena Coliseum thing all the way at the top of the map. And then, of course, you've got all the underworld areas, like the river Styx and various caves and cool things. I did not make those. Those were handled by a separate build team. They've commissioned more than one person to help out with the map stuff. I know Apo, of course, herself did a lot of building, but, you can't do it all with just one person in the limited time that they have, so that's where I come in. I made, let's see, off the top of my head, this whole Medusa-inspired graveyard area. I did a lot of swamp ruins and shipwrecks. I did a lot of abandoned structures, like abandoned camps and, campsites and cool pillars and stuff. There's like a cool, like green, glowing, dark foresty area I spent a lot of time working on. Tons of like temples and ruined gazebos and other structures and all that. I did the Cyclops cave. That was fun. Built the whole Cyclops cave. Fun fact about that. And I'll show some screenshots of it. Actually, I should just pull up the screenshots now. Why am I not showing the screenshots yet? Okay. I'm gonna do something funny here. God of gazebos. Yep, that's me, the god of bazingas. I'm gonna sit over here. The YouTube chat is just gonna have to be on my chest, I guess. That's fine. Right. I'm gonna slide on over this way. First of all, you can get a nice view of the stream setup behind me. Whoa, look at all them penguins. Whoa, look at all the guys over here. Oh my gosh, you can't see it. I got my Outer End National Park poster right there. just off screen, and more posters to come, by the way. Got a couple more posters in the works, and I think they're looking pretty cool. Just saying, there's a couple more posters in the works coming in a little bit. We'll get there. You got the fan art, you got the Minecraft plushies, you got my blue axolotl, but most importantly of all, this is where I have all my Pantheon. Don't mind me just smacking my mic around. Where I have all my Pantheon screenshots. So wow, look at this. I didn't make this build. This is the giant arena that I was talking about. But whoa, look at this. Cool Pantheon stuff. Wow, I've got my whole slideshow here that I will run through with you guys. I've got a whole folder of screenshots. And like I said, this is all run by Appo earlier, and she's said I could, approve all this stuff. Can't see in mobile. Oh, right. Yes, of course. You cannot see it in mobile. Thank you. I forget that that's how this works. And Sybil, a poster. Yes, more posters on their way. Look, keep an eye out for that. Let me just add this thing to mobile real fast. Oh, on mobile, I'm like way off to the side. Bear with me, gamers. Let me just slide myself in there. And boop. Okay, sorry. Goodbye, Twitch chat. You're just gonna get deleted. I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah, sorry. Goodbye, Twitch chat on mobile. If you're on desktop, then you're fine. You can still see yourself right here. Wow, look at this. Look at them, the lovely chatters right there. But on mobile, you're up there, but now you're covered by Pantheon screenshots. So, oh well. It's what you get for being cringe, I guess. We had a good run. Yeah, there's a lot of people on mobile, actually. No worries. Hats off on pause. Sorry for the wait. Hey, no worries. Yeah, it's all good. All good. We got a whole stream. I just didn't realize it was. I was wondering why nobody ever was redeeming hat swap this entire time. I was like, why people don't like my funny hat gimmick anymore? Like I was like, I have all these funny novelty hats everywhere. This is like one of my bits that I do on stream, but nobody seemed to like my hats anymore. I was like, what's wrong with my hats? I did it's the joke not funny anymore? But no, the redeem was just paused. God of gimmicky hats. Yeah, I mean, I've got some non-gimmicky ones, and of course I like to wear hats in real life as well, but like I've got all... Let me turn off the Pantheon stuff so you guys can actually see. Like, I had all these gimmicky hats. Look at all these hats, and there's more down there. There's hats you guys haven't seen yet. Maybe you'll get one of those if you redeem the hat swap today. We'll see. There's all these gimmicky hats there that... people just have not got the chance to see yet. But I was like, why is nobody likes my hat bit anymore? It was so unfortunate. If I were to be a champion of an actual Greek god, which would it be? I've put surprisingly little thought into this for the amount of time I spent in the Pantheon SMP world. I put surprisingly little thought into this. And I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Hephaestus is cool. I like that. I also like. I'm not an expert on Greek mythology. Let me just hat swap real fast. Would you guys like a never before seen hat? Would you guys like a never? I think you guys would like a never before seen hat. Very special stream, calls for special measures. Gonna remove my Twitch partner hat and put on the aura, the maximum aura. The pegging hat? Don't say that. Shall I get a hat that just says I love pegging on it? Wait. Wait, that would be a good merch idea. A hat like this. A trucker hat. And it just says I love pegging, and it's got the LeonSBU logo. Wait, that's good. That's really good. Okay. I'm listening. I'm listening and learning. I think you've inspired me. I think you've inspired me for a new merch idea. It just says I love pegging, and it's just the LeonSBU logo. Okay, I'll have to decide if that's a good idea or not, because that's probably not a good idea. But yeah, IKEA hat. There we go. Love me a good bucket hat. Let me just get that on my head a little bit nicer. There we go. God of the never-ending maze of furniture and also meatballs. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've been blessed by the... What nationality is IKEA again? Is it Swedish? I think it's Swedish. God of Swedish furniture stores. What an idea of all time. I know. Let me just get... My Twitch partner hat is on the floor. 1 second. I see regular chat, but I don't actually see chat in the feed. Well, on mobile, I've got the Pantheon screenshots covering up the Twitch chat. So if you're watching on mobile, there you go. That's probably a little bit better. IKEA, the labyrinth of furniture. True. It's like Pan's Labyrinth, but Pan is like a Swedish customer service rep. And he's running around at IKEA. Okay. Hats have been put back. You can actually see the hat collection down there. Except there's a secret hat I'm hiding, by the way. I'm hiding a secret hat for later. Just putting that out there. I've got a secret hat behind me for season 3 of Skyblock, and you guys won't get to see it until I start season 3. So, is it the pegging hat? No, that one's still in the mail. But yeah, secret SBK season 3 hat over there. Anyways, what were we even talking about? We figured out the hat stuff, so thank you, Wraith Doge, for that. I don't know what we're talking about. Furniture backrooms at how many hat swaps? I would just I would just have to go grab more hats from other parts of my home there. Had to reference Greek mythology while we're talking about. It's true. You know, actually, I really appreciated that reference, Archer Rookworm. I thought that was very funny. I actually thought that was good. Anyways, let's share some Pantheon screenshots. Oh yeah, which Greek god you be a champion of? That's what it was. That's what it was. Yes, I'm all over the place. I had lots of coffee today. Right. Hephaestus would be cool. I know that's already taken. Who is Hephaestus? I should know this. It's not Owen. It's Abolish. Abolish is Hephaestus. Yes, there we go. So the thing is, pretty much all the ones, all the Greek gods I know off the top of my head were already claimed in Pantheon SMP and then some. Like, you know, you name all the famous ones like Zeus and, Apollo and Hermes and all these people. And it's just like, okay, well, they've already been taken. And there's some more obscure ones as well. I had never heard of Tyche, which I think is Shelby? Maybe? I don't know. As you can see, they didn't tell me these things, so I wouldn't spoil them, which is fair. I did know Apos beforehand because we were in a call and she was showing me some stuff about Pantheon. I saw the various god abilities, and I saw which god Apo was going to be the champion of. Of course, I wasn't going to go spoil that for everybody. I guess the obvious pick could be Poseidon because, like, you know, water and penguins and swimming around and stuff. The god of pegging. All right, I think we're done. We're gonna cease with the pegging for now. We're just gonna put a cap on that, and then we'll see if it gets revived for the merch stuff later. But for now, we're just gonna yeah. Also, I've snoozed the ads on Twitch, so you should not get ads for the next 5 or 10-ish minutes because I want to yap. I want to yap with you guys. Hoping for a penny, a goddess of the poor and destitution. Wow, what does that say about me? Thalia, Muse, and the goddess of comedy. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I guess there were some other famous ones that didn't get picked, right? You have like, not Ares, Hades, right? Underworld. You have like Dionysus, Aphrodite. Just those didn't get picked. I forget. Yeah, there was Athena's already picked, I think. But yeah, Poseidon's another famous one that didn't get picked. So Poseidon would be cool. Or Hades. I could be like evil demon penguin. You know, penguins have a natural tendency towards evil. I didn't know if you knew this. Hold on a second. There's one specific example I gotta show you here. Hold on. Save image. I'm just gonna put that in the Pantheon folder. Actually, just put it there. Yeah. So penguins actually have a natural tendency towards evil, and I'm just gonna use my thing here. Twixie, welcome in. By the way, good to see you. I'm just gonna boop, 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 boop. Yeah, there we go. That's my goat right there. Ketacords, Quicksilver Fox, welcome in. Thank you for your pebbles, guys. Welcome into the stream. We're definitely talking about Pantheon SMP right now, guys, as you can see. Let me get this back up on mobile. Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, guys, we're definitely talking about Pantheon SMP and not anything else. Feathers McGraw, my goat. The most rizzed up, the most Sigma, the most on that Sigma grind set bricked up penguin to ever exist. My idol, my goat. That's my guy right there. This is who I aspire to be. This is who I aspire to be in life. Anyways, Haven't watched you much, but I can also see as Keon because she's a personification of snow, ice, and winter. You are a penguin. Oh, that's cool. Agent Boxy, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for your generous donation of pebbles today. Hades isn't evil, though. He's just the office worker who does the paperwork, while Thanatos is the bad boy god of death. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Shows you that I'm no expert on Greek mythology. I just make Minecraft builds. I don't really... I like Greek mythology. It's cool. If I were to be in a project where it's based around Greek mythology, obviously I would study up and learn my stuff, especially about whoever I was associated with. But me just being a guy, I was just like, okay, Greek mythology is cool, but I don't really know a whole lot about it. Anyways, let's talk Pantheon screenshots now that we've finished talking about how penguins have a natural tendency towards evil. But yeah, I like Keon, I like Poseidon. Hades could be fun. Volcanoes and wealth. Interesting. Those are two things I did not know were associated with Hades. Okay. All right. Back to the very, very, very beginning. Have I seen the Odyssey? Yes. And it's funny because I watched the Odyssey after doing a lot of my work for Pantheon. So I kind of did things in the wrong order. I didn't go and see Odyssey. So one of the things I built for the Pantheon map is a Cyclops cave. Don't know if that's been shown off in anybody's videos yet, but there's a Cyclops cave because, you know, it's in the story, the Odyssey, Odysseus, and all of that. That was the last thing I built before I saw the Odyssey, which is kind of funny because I was having a bit of a hard time coming up with ideas and inspiration for the Cyclops cave when I literally could have just watched the Odyssey and it would have made a lot more sense, but oh well. Let's take you guys all the way back to the beginning and there we go. Okay, well, you guys should probably recognize this bridge if you've seen any of the Pantheon promo material. This bridge, I made this bridge. This is probably the single biggest structure I made. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There's other things I made that were similarly sized. But hey, I made this bridge. It was really cool. The bridge is actually the very last thing I made for POW. Which is kind of funny because it ended up being like one of my most recognizable contributions, and I did it like the day before I finished, or like the day of. So very lovely bridge. Thank you. I'm very proud of this bridge. Appa was very generous with not only giving me a lot of like inspiration material. She had a whole collection of images, you know, inspiration images and stuff that I was able to look at that she would just send me, and you know, was able to get ideas that way. But then also just like having a lot of creative freedom. I would make something and then they'd just be like, all right, looks good. I'm like, okay, you know, sure. I was expecting to be like critiqued a lot more, but hey, I guess I'm just that good at building bridges or something. I don't know. I got a lot of creative freedom. It was very nice. It was really, really nice. Honestly, it was nice to just build in general. I have not just sat down and built for the sake of building in a long time. Now, obviously, you know, it was commissioned work. Like I got paid for it, you know, which is nice. I appreciate that as well. But the point is, it was fun to just build, you know? I have not just sat down and just built for the sake of building in a long time. Almost all my builds are either like meant for survival, like if it's on Skyblock, of course, it's meant for survival, or let's say if it's like some stuff I'm doing now, it's like for you know, display entities and all this really technical stuff. It was nice to just put blocks down, just chill, listen to some music, just, you know, do stuff. It made me I was very busy. End of last month was when I was doing a lot of the stuff, like mid to late July. That was also during Lunar Phase and during Revoluni, and I'm trying to make videos. So I was very, very, very busy for a lot of it. But yeah, if you look closely at this bridge here, I can zoom in. Oh, look at that. I did get away with a little bit of illegal building techniques. I'm very happy with this shape here. I love these arches in between the, what's it called? In between the pillars of the bridge here. Hey, Benji, welcome in. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you stopping by. We're looking at bridges. Hey, speaking of shapes, check out this shape, Benji. What do you think about this bridge shape? How do we feel about this bridge shape? Building bridges on SBK probably made it easy to build this bridge. Well, sort of. This bridge is a little bit taller than most bridges on SBK, but regardless, what's it called? It's almost like semicircles. Yeah, I was going for a very rounded shape, and I'm using, not on the top here, but I'm using the illegal wall technique, which I know is a very standard build technique. Everyone knows how to do that, but it's you can sort of see the illegal walls here to act as vertical slabs, right? Because you have full block, slab, 2 blocks, slab. So it's like it's the same mirrored pattern. That yeah, it's the idea. It's almost semicircles. It's a little too rectangular, but regardless, yeah, this is the last thing I built for them, which is weird. So I'm talking about it first, but this was like kind of the big boy, you know, like the big contribution all the way at the very end. Also, we got an ad break starting in 15 seconds. Just as a heads up, if you guys want to skip the ads, consider subscribing for an ad-free viewing experience, or you can check me out over on YouTube. There's a link to my second channel where I do basically all of my YouTube live streaming over there. You can go pop on over there and probably skip the ad because YouTube is low-key better about ads. Okay, ads started. Goodbye, everybody that's going into ad jail. Oh, can I get some 07s for the folks that are going into ad jail? Thank you very much. Your sacrifices are not in vain. There, okay, there's the ad going. Yep, all right, everybody's gone. Goodbye. Well, if you're still listening to me, that means you are either subscribed to me on Twitch, or you're over on YouTube, or you're just lucky and we're spared. Anyways, speaking of display entities, have you decided on a name? No, I've not decided yet. I might just continue calling it Sprite Display. Well, this is weird because Sprite Displays are the name that Quentin came up with. And it's a very good name, but I'm also looking for a name for like just like the building technique, and also then combining it with commands and animation and movement and stuff. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Sprite Displays, I think, are a really good name. I didn't realize that Quentin came up with that name. Ads on YouTube too. Oh no, no, my plans have been foiled. Right. Oh boy, wow, a message to delete immediately. All right, give me 1 second. Bam, get out of here. Looks like rounded horseshoe arches. Yeah, no, absolutely. I can see the horseshoe shape for sure. Some of the things I made, unfortunately, don't feel super like ancient Greek-y. And I'm sure there are some big history nerds out there that may have problems with that, but we took creative liberties. Apo, who did most of the building. I actually don't know if Owen did any of the map building, but Owen, I think, mainly does the technical stuff. Regardless, Apo and I were, taking creative liberties. That's what happens. That is just kind of what you do. So yes, I know this, is maybe a little more like Roman or medieval looking. Someone who's like well-versed in the classics will probably have opinions on this. But regardless, here we are. Used a lot of granite, a lot of tough. To me, they look like guys with indents, like ears on the head. Okay, I can kind of see that. I think it's fire, even if it ain't super realistic. Thanks, Rusi. I appreciate it. It was nice to use illegal building techniques. I didn't think I was going to get to use any illegal building techniques. I was constrained by the fact that the builds had to be survival friendly, because, of course, this is a survival map. Lagundo, it can go and mine whatever blocks I build with. So if I'm building out of netherite blocks, legs can go get netherite blocks, and that kind of, breaks the whole idea. So Pantheon is Romanesque. Oh, well, problem solved. And Apo gods their worlds in different ways. True. But yeah, so it's like I was restricted to materials that were not going to affect the survival gameplay loop at all, like not really give you progression, right? So no ores, even a lot of like I couldn't use a lot of bone blocks, so people would have like infinite food and stuff. Once again, not a problem. That's just how the SMP is going to be run. But just for giving a bit of context, if you see like a not that much block variety, command block bridge, so true. If you see like not a whole lot of block variety, it's because I just was restricted a little bit. Also, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back from Agile, guys. Good to see you. All filled with / say skippity. So true. Or actually, well, even better. Hold on. I know command things now. I can make a joke about this. What is it? Execute at A as at S, run say skivity. Every entity says say skivity at the same time. Put it on a repeat command block, always active. Every single tick you get, every entity saying skivity in the chat. Oh man, yeah, that would have gone down very well with Pantheon SMP, that's for sure. Right, okay, so bridge, yeah, granite and tough primarily. These giant pillars going into the water, and then these cool little details up at the top. We're super bricked up here at the top. And then he's got these 2 little watchtowers. Was this commission work? Yes, this was commission work. I was paid. This was, commissioned. I was keeping track of like time, logging time and all that. But yeah, I got these couple watchtowers over there. It was very cool to see in the very first, like 3 days after I finished this bridge, they dropped a little promo where they revealed the 12 gods. and my bridge is in the background, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just like popping off. It was literally right after I finished the bridge. I see it in the background of like blurred as the moving background in their video where they show off the gods. I'm like, whoa, that's my bridge. Also, ads are back, so if you're over on the YouTube side of things and you want to pop on back to Twitch, feel free to do so. I am chilling over on both platforms, but completely up to you. I will give you a heads up when the next ad break starts. Right, okay, next image. Bridge again, nighttime, you see some of the surrounding landscape. This is another big thing I did. The bridge took some time. The thing I spent the most time on easily is all of these pathways. So as you can imagine, this giant map was primarily created first with Axiom, right? Shaping the terrain, doing the gradients and stuff, and placing down the trees and the grass. That's all Axiom, right? Like, Oppo knows how to use Axiom, as do I, of course. Nice bridge. Thank you, Aura Pearl. Everything is surprisingly very lit. Yeah, well, that was another thing I was tasked to do. That is lumped into what took me the most time, is smoothing out all the pathways and then lighting all the pathways. This map is freaking massive. This is, you know what I say about this map?
Oh, this is way bigger than I thought.
This map is way bigger than I thought. Exactly. Thank you, Legs. Thank you, Mr. Zeus, man. Yeah, so what took me the most time, yeah, exactly, ground level walking details. They wanted all the pathways to not only be lit, not that mobs are spawning, I don't think, but like they wanted to be lit so people can see where they're going. And they also want all the pathways to work. Panda in Space, welcome in. First time chatter. Good to see. Hope you like my IKEA bucket hat. Welcome into the stream. We're reviewing some screenshots of some build work I did for Pantheon SMP. Appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, hope you enjoy the stream. At least you had experience from the ground. True. Well, this is, of course, a creative build project, so, you know, it's a little different. But, yeah. Yeah, the pathways. So the pathways were created with Axiom. What that means is that it was kind of just a rough, full block path of mainly rooted dirt. I'm like, it was, like, really, really rough and rugged and very clearly just, like, done quickly with Axiom, right? And that's fine. That's Appo is locked in on Axiom stuff because she's doing the big shapes in the whole world and all that, the big cliffs and everything. It's my job to then go in and make sure the pathways are clean. And technically, I wasn't specifically told to do the pathways, but it was an extra thing I wanted to do. I really wanted to make all the pathways actually walkable. I didn't want to have these giant gaps and jumps and raggedy rough terrain where you have to like hop around and stuff. I wanted it all to be walkable from the ground level, which means putting in slabs, putting in all this stuff. Panda in Space, thank you for your pebbles, by the way. I appreciate it. Are you not like super cool and famous? No, I'm just a penguin. Really, honestly, more than anything else, I'm just happy to share about the stuff I got to do. Like, it was very cool. It was a very cool project. It was a very, very cool project, and I wasn't able to talk about it for a few weeks. So, excuse me, sorry. Real locked in builder. I mean, hey, listen, if they want to commission me again for the next one, I'm down. Like, hey, it was a lot of fun. They seemed to like what I did. I got a lot of positive feedback, and I really enjoyed just locking in and getting it done, and it was great. I would be more than happy to work with them again. Anyways, businessy details, we don't need to discuss that too much on stream. It's sick. Thank you. I could feel the dedication. I was really into this project. What can I say? You can see all those lanterns, all the little dots of light in all those night screenshots. I play, those are me. I had to put all little ruins and pathways and stuff and all that, and all this stuff. And there was a couple like specific areas that I had a lot more domain over, but I'm talking like just generally speaking across the entire map. Next one. Oh, I love the screenshot. Joseph and Anna, welcome in. You're just in time to see one of my favorite screenshots. You got the little watchtower, one of the ends of the bridge. You got the watchtower here, and then you've got this massive depth. You've got this like whole really, really far away. You can see all the way up, and you can just barely see at the top. If I zoom in up here, you can just barely see a couple of the structures here for the Mount Olympus arena area up there. And yeah, it's like you get such cool depth. This is also the provided shader pack that they told me to use, because of course, as I'm building, I want to be able to see the builds in the same way that the cast members are going to see the builds. So I was building with these shaders and stuff. But yeah, I just got to fly around the world in creative mode. We'll get some more screenshots of that in a little bit. But yeah, they had a specific fine-tuned shader for Pantheon, and it looks really good. It's very cinematic. I was a very big fan of the shaders they have here. Because I started off building with just no shaders, and then they were like, oh, use this. And I'm like, whoa, my builds look so cool. And the shaders had colored lighting too. Albie, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for your pebbles. You're just in time to see one of my favorite screenshots, if not my favorite screenshot I took during my time building for Pantheon. After I finished the bridge, I just kind of ran through and took a bunch of screenshots of all my work and stuff, so I wanted to show it off to you guys. You can see another ruin over here. There's a little ruin there that I got to build. There's another ruin up there. I built that as well. Is it complementary based? I'm not sure. Didn't think to check. Benji and Aura Pearl, thank you for your pebbles as well. Appreciate the check-ins, guys. If you haven't done your check-ins, do your check-ins, gamers. Do your check-ins. That actually genuinely helps support the stream and lets me know y'all are here. You can donate your pebbles, and, you know, it's a good time. And Satan, thank you for your pebbles. Still Comics with the 13 months. Hey! Welcome in, and thank you, thank you. How much did you build? I built quite a lot. We'll be getting to that. All just in secret? Yes. I'm just thinking who I told. Obviously, Owen and Apo knew because they commissioned me, so of course. There were probably other people. I don't know who, like, Apo mentioned it to. Obviously, she probably told some other people. Lagundo knows because of all the cast members, I know Legs the best, and I think I mentioned it to, or I know Apo told him at some point. All right, I knew that he knew, and then I mentioned it to him a couple times, just talking about random stuff before the episodes went live. Lotus Waters, welcome in, by the way. Thank you for your pebbles. And Purple Fire Kitty, good to see you. Hello, hello. So Legs knew, and then I may have mentioned it to, like, one or two people, just like in secret, but it was very much like a hush-hush thing. I kept the secret, certainly from everybody in my audience, all the community members and stuff. Y'all were getting nothing of this from me because this is not my project. If I start yapping, I'm just messing things up for POWCreations, and I don't want to do that. I have a lot of respect for them. They run some really cool projects. They put a lot of work and love and passion into what they do. And similarly, you know, I wouldn't want, if I was running a project of any kind, I wouldn't want someone I'm hiring going around and leaking stuff and being annoying and sabotaging things. So I kept things close to my chest out of respect and just out of just, you know, wanting to be a good person. So, Purple Fire Kitty, well, thank you for your pebbles. But yeah, this screenshot's sick. Once again, didn't do any of the terrain. How much did I build? I built a lot. I was very, very, very busy in July. I was like, there were days where I put like 3, 4, 5 hours in a day on building. Because once again, I built a lot of small stuff, but it was a lot of small stuff, and that time adds up, and I got so distracted fixing the block gradients and the terrain, because like I said, this is nothing against POWCreations, but you know, they made the whole thing in Axiom, and there's going to be some rough edges. If you ever try to make a big build in Axiom using Axiom's tool, especially with a terrain build with organic shapes and all these cool, geographical features, cliffs, waterfalls, and different block palettes and stuff, you're going to have some rough edges when you do it just by Axiom. So I had the monumental task, or I could say the colossal task. I'll be here all night, folks. I'll be here all night. Of polishing it, as I was essentially commissioned to do not only structures and small, points of interest and stuff, but just like a manual pass. Thanks for the laugh track. Yeah, new redeem, by the way, laugh track. Axiom will forever need polishing. Yeah, exactly. If you ever did a project like this, I'd imagine it'd be the Torture Nexus SMP. Well, now you're giving me ideas. Linear rinse on organic terrain always needs a bit of handwork. Yeah, exactly. So it was cleaning up gradients, mainly just shaping things a little bit better. Like, I didn't have time to break out the stairs and the slabs and the walls, but at least cleaning up all the rough edges. Like, you can even see a bit of look, once again, I'm not trying to criticize. I'm really not trying to criticize. This map is freaking ginormous, and we'll show you some screenshots of that later. But, like, look at this bit of terrain right here. Like, this... You hit this with the Axiom Smooth tool, and then you go in and maybe correct a couple things by hand. But, you know, there were probably like 5,000 instances of something like this because of the whole Axiom-generated map. And Appa was not going to go in and do all that by hand, and no one person could. So that's where I come in. That's where I come in for the manual pass. So I did a lot of cleaning up with stuff like this, which is not what I was explicitly tasked to do. I just kind of went and did it anyways. Terraforming, putting void in there, enrichment, real. It's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, so a lot of stuff like this where it's like, this is a little rough around the edges. It'd be like that. I come in, I obviously missed that spot. As you can see, there are a lot of places I didn't get to, but I focused on the areas that I thought would get the most traffic. You know, the center of the map, the top of the map, around the points of interest. If you're like out in the middle of nowhere, out in the ocean somewhere, you're probably not going to get as much, you know. I really work to your strength for the love of the game. Yeah, like, I do the small details. I'm a details guy. I look closely at the little small details and I do the little detail things. It's fun. It's a good time. Anyways, next picture. Oh, yes. It's a shaping brain. Well, this is the swamp area. I don't know how much of this has been seen. We'll have to go see. It's all like the entire overworld is accessible. So I'm not afraid of spoiling anything too big, because once they get out onto the overworld, it's all free roam. They can go wherever they want. So even if you haven't seen it in someone's videos yet, you'll probably see it soon. But like, look at this. Cool ruins. Cool swampy ruins. In this whole swampy area, I was tasked with building ruins, abandoned structures, abandoned houses, technically a swamp biome. Yes, we had some cool lighting and stuff with the shaders. This is something Appa was doing as I was building, which is really, really cool. With the shaders, if you put light blocks right above the water, the shaders would cause it to glow. It would have this cool, misty, spooky glow. You see how there's like a little bit of fog, like right around here, right around here. It's like that cool, misty fog is actually just a bunch of light blocks, like light level 5 or whatever, just sitting one layer on top of all the terrain, and it's awesome looking. I genuinely popped off when I saw what Appa was doing there. It was really cool. So you can see that here. But yeah, you know, there's some swamps. I liked this a lot. Fun fact, these ruins are inspired by a build from Fortnite. There were some screenshots from Fortnite, part of the inspo for the inspo board for the Pantheon map. And I'm like, what is this doing here? Why is freaking Fortnite an inspiration for Pantheon SMP? But then I looked, I was like, oh wow, these ruins are actually cool looking. All roads lead to Fortnite. Real, actually, so real. But yeah, so this building was inspired by Fortnite. This right here, this is a Fortnite building. It's not actually a building. I mean, you can't really get in there, but hey, it was inspired by Fortnite, so that's funny. They have like they did have like a Greek theme. Okay, yeah. So if they had a Greek theme thing for a while in Fortnite, then there you go. That's what that was. I didn't gather the screenshots, right? Like obviously I didn't have creative input on this. I'm not a showrunner. So I just, whatever Owen and Apo told me to build, I was like, okay, I go, you know, on it, boss. I'll be a goon, boss. I'll be a POWCreations goon. It's the next Fortnite update, the Fortnite Hades era. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it is. I think, and like underworldy, like cool, spooky green lighting and stuff. And yeah, you know, you got this ruined spooky tree here. You got some more pillars. I built a lot of pillars. Pillars are like a Greek thing, so lots of pillars. You can sort of see them in the background here. Pillar, a little house thing. Pillar, 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 pillar. These aren't really pillars, but then you got this cool thing in the middle. Once again, using some illegal building techniques, these walls are not touching despite being one block apart. During my friends being really into Fortnite phase, I'm trying to convince me to play. I see. Got it. Chapter 5, Season 2. Okay, I see. It shows you what I know about Fortnite. The answer is not much. Also, I'm gonna have to just gonna get rid of that just so the stream is a little bit cleaner, because YouTube chat is not moving. So there you go. Right. Okay. Pictures. Yeah, so this very different biome here. You got like the mud, coarse dirt, deep slate basalt, and like the spikes and dead coral and stuff coming out of the water. And you can sort of see it here, but there's like a pathway running across here. And this is like pathways for my domain. Like I was putting down all the soul lanterns for this more spooky area, and I was laying down the pathways and building some ruined structures and stuff. Once again, all survival friendly. I was allowed to use reinforced deep slate. You can see reinforced deep slate back here because not only does it take a long time to break, but it doesn't give you anything. But, I couldn't use, for example, like, oh man, I wanted to use, netherite blocks would have been cool. That's been my example this whole time. But yeah, just like a lot of stuff that wouldn't be very survival friendly. I didn't want to use like iron blocks, for example. Diamonds, of course, gold, that's out of the question. And then, yeah, like, some, I guess Blackstone would have been fine, but you get my point. Oh, right, I wanted to use ancient debris here, and obviously I couldn't use ancient debris. Behold, bedrock ruins. Didn't know you could break reinforced deep slate. Yeah, you can. It takes, like, a stupidly long time, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Some, like, laughably long stretch of time, and then you don't get the item. So it's purely just like a haha lol XD moment. I don't know what Mojang was thinking. Okay, next picture. Okay, more swamp ruins. You can see more stuff I was doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, sorry, 5 pillars. This one is just super screwed up. An hour, yeah, probably. 1 pillar, 2 pillar, 3 pillar, 5 pillar, 4. I can count to 4, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pillars back there. Skinny's fan, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. We are taking a look at some screenshots from my build work for Pantheon SMP. We're having a good time yapping, showing off all this cool stuff. I just got a message from Nuke. Takes 1.37 minutes. That's crazy. Skyblock King Twitch, Skyblock King Twitch, welcome into the stream. Good to see you. First time chatter. Good to have you here. You're coming in at a great time. I'm talking about Pantheon SMP. Right, so as you can probably tell, this is a vanilla Minecraft shipwreck, but it's been modified. So the swamp area, there's a part that's like more inland, and then there's a part that's more towards the coast. For the part that's more towards the coast, Apple was specifically like, let's have some shipwrecks. Let's have some like abandoned, structures and wrecked ships and all that. Pekka Penguin, good to see you. It's been a while. Welcome back. Good to see you. Thanks for your pebbles. So yeah, I use the /place feature command to just put in some shipwrecks. What POVs have you seen so far? I was busy earlier today. I did not get the chance to watch any POVs yet. My main POV will probably be Lagundos because, of course, he's my friend. I definitely know him the best compared to everybody else on the roster. A couple other folks I've had interactions with. Like, of course, I've interacted with Scott and Apple and Owen, obviously, and Abolish a little bit as well. But, like, the other folks I've just never really talked to, unfortunately. So, yeah. Won't have the time to watch every POV. Definitely going to watch Legs', going to see what Scott is up to for sure. And, yeah, beyond that, we'll go from there. But I'm watching to see my stuff in the background. I want to see what happens with the things that I built. Anyways, there's, 3... regular Minecraft shipwrecks, but of course I removed the loot chests. I removed all the different colors of wood, anything that wouldn't be survival friendly. I don't want them to go get buried treasure and stuff. Obviously, that's kind of stupid. So I put in a lot of tuff. I put in a lot of deep slate. Just things to make the shipwrecks feel more overgrown and gnarly and stuff. And yeah, it's cool stuff. Oh yes, another beautiful nighttime shot of the bridge. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. I want you guys to see more of these cool images. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. There we go. Okay, that's nice. That's good. And then actually, mobile view. Let me make you a little bit larger also. Can I just put you all the way up in the corner? There we go. There we go. Okay, make it slightly larger just so you guys can see a little bit more. The bridge is pretty. Thank you. Thank you. A very random buried treasure could have been... But yeah, I don't want to have them go and break a chest and get iron and lapis and emeralds and stuff. To me, that's not only is that the thing is, it wouldn't necessarily be overpowered too much, but it would be very immersion breaking because I was spawning in vanilla Minecraft structures, and if they still had the loot, it would be like, oh, my Greek champion, in character goes and loots a Minecraft shipwreck. Like that didn't vibe with me. Samuel Cunnington, welcome in. They didn't explicitly say like take out the loot stuff, but I just felt like it was a good idea. It seems lazy too. Yeah, if I just placed in regular Minecraft shipwrecks without like significantly changing them, like of course I still want them to be recognizable as shipwrecks. But it's got to look all right too. I don't think screenshots do justice to sheer hard work put in. I just want to walk around it. Yeah, fair enough. Admittedly, I do miss walking around in the Pantheon map. It was a very, very cool map. My problem is when I would walk around the Pantheon map, I would just notice all the little messed up blocks and like tiny little inconsistencies that my detailed brain would just be going nuts over. So I would constantly have to stop and try and be fixing things that I just didn't have the time to fix. I couldn't take forever because of course I was getting paid, so they didn't want to just keep paying me infinitely. It's not how that works. I believe the map is going to be available for download. Don't quote me on that because I don't run POWCreations, but I'm pretty sure if you support them on Patreon, you can get these maps after the series' end, I think. So I'm pretty sure Apple said something like that. So if you really like the map, and I recommend checking it out, go support them because they make some really cool stuff, and go check out the map. Hopefully it will be. I hope so too. And the reason why you should check out the map, I was waiting to talk about this. I have, there's a couple things in this map that I put there that, tiny, tiny little secrets. You may be able to spot this from people's POVs, but I think they're extremely well hidden, and I don't think anybody would ever notice them unless you knew exactly where they were, and then you also knew what to look for. But I'm putting this in here for all of you guys that are watching Pantheon. To keep your eyes peeled as you watch Pantheon, because somewhere on this map, there is a little UHC Generations Easter egg. And somewhere else on this map, there is a little Skyblock Kingdoms Easter egg. They are extremely well hidden. Extremely, extremely well hidden. I did not want to make it obvious. I did not want to make it immersion breaking. I didn't want it to be like, oh wow, it's the bell tower from UHC Generations sticking out of the ground and like, no, that's not my place to do that. This isn't my map. I'm not running this show. However, I could sneak in something really, 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 really subtle where if you knew it was there or you had an extremely keen eye, you'd be able to spot it. So I'm not going to tell you where, and I'm not going to tell you what, but there is an extremely subtle UHC Generations Easter egg and an extremely, extremely, extremely subtle Skyblock Easter egg. And no, it's not a floating Skyblock island. That would be a little too obvious and a little too immersion breaking. Just putting that out there, a whole little Skyblock island in the sky. I won't say it's not a Skyblock island, but it's certainly not in the sky. But anyways, you just thought I would, leave my own little personal touch. And once again, in an extremely subtle way. I'm not in the position to add these things. I am not the creative director of this series. It's not my place to make these little out-of-universe meta references. The only way I'd ever be able to do that is to make things extremely subtle and extremely, like, it's not going to ruin your immersion in the slightest. It fits in with the world seamlessly, and that's the only way I'd ever do this, because once again, I don't own POWCreations. I don't own Pantheon SMP. This isn't my map. So of course I'm not going to be, changing things and adding little out-of-universe, like, meta secrets and stuff, but if it's really subtle and it doesn't break the immersion at all, and if you look really carefully and know what to look for, it's there. So I'm just going to put that out there. Time to watch every POV until I find it. You probably won't see it just in people's POVs unless you get really, really lucky. Okay, the UHCG one you might. that really depends on if anybody's characters end up at that specific location, because the UHCG one is a little bit more of like a point of interest. The Skyblock Kingdoms one is way out in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing to see, nothing to do where the Skyblock one is. The UHCG one at least like is a cool thing that you could walk around in and stare at and stuff. The Skyblock one is way out there. Like, nobody's ever finding that. Hi, Leon. Intriguing sounds fun. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you, Ben. I'm doing great. I'm super, super excited to be talking about this project. Oh, man, it's been like weeks. I've been keeping this a secret for several weeks at least. And it's just really nice to be able to talk about this finally. So I'm having a great time. The entirety of Birch Kingdom, yeah, absolutely. That giant tree would definitely not stick out in this map. And the entire SBK2 Spruce Kingdom right outside the map. Yeah, if you look up in the sky, there's just a giant Sprodway running across the entire skybox of the map. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Definitely did that, folks. No way, it's stupid. It's stupid. I know.
Doofid difference. Difference.
Okay, that was a lot of doovids. I apologize. Lol if only. Can't forget GGG true. See, Spruce Tree's on this map, therefore Leon is Spruce Kingdom in Season 3. Ah, you got the laugh track, too. That was a well-timed laugh track. Yeah, sorry, guys. You know how I love to hide little Easter eggs about Season 3, or, season stuff. I talked to you guys about how I hid the Season 2 Spruce Kingdom Easter egg in my revisiting my old Minecraft builds video, right? I talked about that. If any of you guys were there for the lore stream, I'm sure you heard about that. I'm pretty sure I talked about that. We started with the revisiting my old Minecraft builds video, and that entire video takes place inside a spruce forest. I think I talked about that with you guys. If I didn't, there you go. That was the Easter egg. I made that whole video, filmed it within a spruce forest because I knew I was going to be Spruce Kingdom for Season 2. And I'm not going to say anything about Season 3. Okay, I did? Okay, cool. Just a partial Duvid meal on a side on a tree in the middle of nowhere. See, no, the thing is, I can't do that. If you were to see that, it would completely take you out of the moment. And when these, like, not only is it not my place to do this, but the people that are playing in this map are in character. They're playing characters. They're immersed. And the only way you stay immersed in an environment like this is when everyone else is equally as immersed as you are. You can't just show up trying to be the champion of, I don't know, Apollo, when 5 other people around you aren't in character and they're just goofing around and being silly. That's not how it works. These things only work when everybody is in character together. So I would not even dare to add something where seeing it would take you out of the moment. Seeing it would pull you out of your character, because that's just me working against the interests of POWCreations at that point, and I'm not going to do that because that's me being annoying. So I would never do that. There's nothing in this map that I created that would do that. Anyways, watch that part of the stream. Nice. Okay, cool, Benji. I'm glad I covered that. Next photo. What's the next photo? Oh, yes, another really pretty photo. Yeah, look at this. Guys, the nighttime shots have these beautiful auroras, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was so pretty. Oh, man. Another thing I did is I added farmlands everywhere. You can see all across the overworld in different areas, there's little patches of old farmlands. A lot of it's ruins, right? Like, I didn't build any pristine quality structures. All I built was like old stuff, inspired by Greek ruins. Like the big arena at the top of the map is in pretty good shape. But all the other things I built are like crumbling structures. They're covered in vines. They're covered in the stuff. Walmart SMP. Did I build any of the beginning area? If you mean the underground areas, no, that was not me. That was a different building group of people. I believe Ross Cumber actually built a good bit of that. So I didn't actually watch them do any of that. We were on the server together a couple times, like doing, building simultaneously, but just on different areas. I was tasked with the overworld. structures and ruins and POIs and bridges and stuff. And then Ross was doing underground stuff, I think. Not sure about that. But regardless, you can go check out, see if Ross talks about any of that. How many builders were there in this project? At least 2. Well, at least 3, counting Apo. Apo did a lot of building. I did building. Ross did building. I think other people as well. I'm not sure, though. A huge undertaking? Yes, absolutely. They do a lot. They have to hire builders, and there are also other people doing coding as work alongside Owen. So you've got builders, you've got some coders, you've got artists. You know, people have to draw all the character portraits for the reveals. You, of course, have video editors, not hired by POWCreations, but hired by the individual creators on the roster. If they've got a video editor to help chop down the footage or if a lot of people also paid for animatics. If you were to hire someone to do an animatic for your intro to your series, that's another person, animator you have to hire. There are a lot of moving parts for an operation like this. So I am just one piece of this puzzle here. Now, keep in mind, Benji, in this screen, I appreciated Benji, and it was a lot of time, and also in this screenshot, I literally just built the farms. Like, I put down this grass and fences here, and then I think there's more farmland up there, and then there's there's a pathway that runs through. Like, I smoothed out this pathway, and I built this farm. Like, some of these screenshots are just there because they're pretty, or they're funny. Like, the screenshot of me in the arena that I put on Twitter and stuff. I didn't build that arena. That was somebody else. That was already there by the time I got there. It's amazing. Well, thank you, Benji. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. But like literally, like all this terrain was already there. All the grass and flowers was already there. All the trees were already there. All this cool like shaping on organic terrain already there by the time I showed up. However, this is where we get to actually the very first thing I designed was this cool green like dark forest area. And lanterns are one of the best additions to Minecraft. Yes, this shader pack has colored lighting. It was harder to see from further away. It was a weird quirk of the shader pack, where from far away, all the lights would be the default vanilla white light, but then you would get closer, and they would start to turn different colors. So the copper lanterns would glow green. They're so good. Yes, it's so green. It's so pretty. I know. This area was like a dark oak forest biome. And it's one of the first things I did. Apo and I actually worked on this together on a call, which is cool. I built this cool altar right here, which I'll show off in a minute. And all the surrounding landscape was here. There's this cool like watery pool area right here. And then this, you can sort of see this pathway goes all the way down to like behind you. And it goes off to like a cliffside way in the distance. Yeah. Love being green. But yeah, you can see the green. You can see the green light. It looks really cool. It's like sort of, it's a little green. It's a little green. It's not super green. If you get closer, it gets more green. You can also sort of see there's pink light here, funnily enough. And that's because for whatever reason, another strange quirk of the shader pack, all the flowers would glow the color of the flower. So the reason this is pink is because we have the top half of the lilac bush here, right? I used some illegal blocks. We also have some cherry petals. These things right here are the cherry petals. These are also here. Did I build a labyrinth? No, I did not. That was Apo, I believe. But yeah, that's why this altar has like a subtle pink glow to it on the bottom, because there's a flowering azalea, lilacs, and the cherry petals that are all glowing pink. But you can see here, this is where I realized I could do illegal block techniques. I was avoiding doing illegal stuff for the first bit of building, but then when I realized I could do these things, I ran this by Apo and she approves. Look at them illegal sunflower hanging vines. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about vines. I hate vines. I hate vines so much. The vine block is one of my least favorite building blocks in Minecraft. Might be my least favorite. It's annoying. It doesn't look good. I don't like the way it wiggles around, and when you have shaders on, it grows everywhere. It constantly keeps growing. It's never the right color. But if I can use something like this sunflower stalk as a bit of like a hanging vine, plus also if I'm putting down leaves, you know, I put down a lot of azalea leaves wrapping around all over these ruins. as like vines and, ivy and stuff. I could put illegal grass on the top, and then this right here, this block, this is the bottom half of a fern. This is the bottom half of a fern block. Now, of course, if you were to break one of the leaves, like all the ferns and stuff would break alongside it, but they were okay with that. It makes these ropes, these bands of vines and stuff look a lot nicer. So illegal building techniques. What can I say? Illegal building techniques coming in handy. It was very, very cool stuff. So yeah, I got the copper lanterns coming through here with some green lighting. Love my nighttime scenes. You can see the auroras up there looking really pretty. Welcome back from Agile, everybody that's just coming back into the stream. Hello. We're taking a look at this lovely nighttime scene in the dark forest biome that I worked on, complete with green lighting. This really cool altar that I designed. I put a lot of work into this altar. This one specific altar took a lot of my time, but it was good. It was worth it. We got this cool little structure right here. We wanted to avoid obviously real world religious imagery, so I just made like a circle with a chiseled tuff in the middle and then put it on a stand. Obviously, we're not gonna have like a real cross or something. Love me some debugging. Yeah, we got an Axiom on the server. It was great. You got to break rules. Sometimes you got to do a little bit of showing off with the map design. And I didn't know if any of these maps had ever previously done illegal building techniques, but I saw that POW themselves were using illegal building techniques already in some of their trees and bushes and stuff. So I'm like, if you guys are going to do it, I'm going to do it too. And it's going to be great. So yeah, like in the bushes and stuff they were making, they like look at this right here. This is a POWCreations bush, and you have a sweet berry on top of a leaf. That's illegal. That does not grow like that in regular Minecraft. So they were doing this stuff too. So I went in and I did some stuff too. Just a statue of Jesus somewhere. Yeah, guys, I'm the champion of Jesus. That's so stupid. All right, we're not gonna dwell on that. Right, okay, where was I? Next picture. Yes, okay, back to the daytime shots. I like the daytime shots because you can see them better. Built some ruins. Cool, like 2 arcs of pillars here. There's one in like a C shape here and one another C shape here. Circle religion in a world made of only squares. So true. The colored light disappearing for performance. The way most shaders work is by raycasting all light. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that was a common thing for Minecraft shaders, but shelves are so good for the style. Yes, I was allowed to use shelves, thankfully. I didn't want to use too much, stuff that wasn't survival friendly, but of course, what are people going to do with a shelf? Yes, of course, it's pale oak, it's not quartz, but I use so many pale oak shelves. Quartz pillar, right? Quartz pillar, pale oak shelf, branch out stuff on top of it. Music is popping. Thank you. This is my high energy music playlist because I'm feeling high energy right now. I'm excited. So we're getting some excited gamer music. But yeah, little ruins here. The idea is, I was told like you do a lot of ruins, but then also do I was told to put specific campsites around the map. And I think it's the ideas where like people could stop, it's a point of interest, right? Not only are there ruins from like a, long civilization long ago, like of course it's a fantasy map, right? You have ruins, the world is inspired by Greek mythology, but then you also have other stuff, like you got some logs covered by a track to like make it look like they're tied down. You got a campfire, you got some seating and stuff, like more modern editions. Hamster ran as well. Wait, I didn't realize you worked on Pantheon. That's so cool. Yes, I did. I was one of the people hired to do some build work for Pantheon SMP, and it was a great time. I had a lovely time. POWCreations is awesome to work with. I mainly was working with Apo since she was the one that was doing the majority of the building. So my main point of contact for POWCreations was Apo. So yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. Apo's great. POWCreations is great. Really cool to be doing some commission build work. This was my first time doing commission build work, so that was cool. I've never been commissioned before. I'll take it though. Happy to help. So yeah, cool little ruin there. You get some cool trees and stuff in the landscape. I did so much of this pathway work here. This is what I'm talking about when I say the pathways took the majority of my time. All these pathways throughout the map. I don't have any screenshots of the entire map because it's literally too big. But all these pathways running throughout the map, I was putting in slabs so you wouldn't have to constantly keep jumping. If you ask me, that's one of the most annoying things about walking around in Minecraft is that you have to keep jumping, especially if you're in character. Let's say it's, I don't know, Cleo and Shelby are walking down a pathway together and they're in character and they're talking about Greek stuff. They're concentrating on role-playing. They're concentrating on being in character. They're concentrating on being entertaining. The last thing you want to think about is, oh, I got to press the space bar so my character doesn't just walk into a wall every 5 minutes or every 5 seconds. So we're doing slabs. I wanted to do slabs. Auto jump is a thing, but just like the boing, boing, boing jump is annoying. In my opinion, having these having these slabs to smooth out the pathways was much preferred. And it's that human level of detail, because you can't really do that very easily with Axiom. It's that human element, that final manual pass. That's basically what I did. I did a manual pass throughout the entire map, paving the. Now I didn't get every single spot. There are still some pathways that ran through some really rough terrain, where it would have been like a considerable amount of work. I would have needed to like considerably change the landscape in order to make that happen. But, I was just like, with those parts, it's like, whatever, just leave it as is. Because once again, I wasn't specifically asked to do this. I wanted to, go that extra step and, add some really nice polish to this map. But it was just like, if I have the time, I want to do all I can and put in, extra work whenever I can. But I also don't want to just have them keep charging me for extra things that they didn't ask for, or I don't want them to keep having to pay me for extra things they didn't ask for. So it's a tricky balance. I didn't want to go one way or the other. I didn't want to like ignore things I felt like I could fix easily, but I also didn't want them to have to pay me more than they were expecting to, right? Because it's an hourly thing. If they expect me to work for 10 hours and I work for 30, it's just like, well, okay, you did extra stuff, but now I'm paying you 3 times as much. It's just like, what the heck, It's whatever. It's all good, though. It's all chill. I feel like there's a way to add slabs to pathways with Axiom. You still have to go through and edit stuff manually. Yeah, like either way, I think you still have to do things manually. So probably, yeah. Nice to build up a resume. Also nice thing to do. Yeah, like exactly. Like I'm talking about this like it's so like businessy and stuff. Like at the end of the day, it's a cool project. I like to build. I like POWCreations projects. Of course I'm going to help them out. Apple is great. It's just wonderful. Owen, I have not really talked to as much, but I'm sure he's wonderful as well. Like it's, they're cool people doing cool stuff. That's really what that matters. It's really all that matters at the end of the day. It's, the business and the stuff and is all one thing, but it's just like, it's cool. It's a cool thing to do. Of course I'm going to do this cool stuff. It sounds fun. Slurtle, welcome in. Good to see you. We're talking about POWCreations, Pantheon SMP, and the things that I built. Next up. Oh, yes. Nala147, welcome in. Good to see you. This is one of my favorite builds. This is all the way on the far side of the map, all the way away from Olympus and the arena, all the way out there. We've got, hey, the 3-stream streak as well. Good stuff. Thank you for your support. We've got this cool little thing right here. I built a few POIs, points of interest, right? If I say POI, they're just meant to be little points of interest. Bell tower type deal. This is not the UHCG reference, if anybody is asking. I started building some POIs that were kind of just like generic ruins, columns, arches, campsites. And then I got the idea in my head where, okay, Apple sent me a list of all the gods that were going to be represented in the series. And I was like, why don't I make some POIs that are inspired by some of the gods? That way, if the person who's the champion of that god happens to stumble across that ruin, maybe they'll have like a stronger connection to them, right? Makes sense. I originally made a ruin that was like a cool like trident thing sticking out of a pool that was actually supposed to be here. As you can see in the background, there's all this water out here. There's all this water out the edge of the map. I did not make this terrain, but I made this river and I made this structure. Yes, I was doing some commission build work for Pantheon SMP Nala. So this bell tower right here, these bell chimes and stuff, I built that. Yes, I built that. I was building for POWCreations between, I want to say like mid to late July. So basically like, actually, yeah, for like basically like 3 weeks in the month of July. I ended things, I finished all my work right around the end of the month. I was just watching. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. I built so many little things all across the map. In every single POV, you will see stuff that I made. You will see things that I made in almost every screenshot you could possibly get. Assuming they're in the overworld. If they're under, I didn't touch the underground, minus one very specific exception we'll get to in a little bit. But if you're seeing footage of the overworld, even if it's just like a pathway, I probably built that pathway. Altair, hello, good to see you. Wow, these are all so lovely. Very excited to see them in action. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, Altair. Good to see you. And yes, you will see a lot of my stuff. Basically every single overworld ruin. A lot of them. It's all the white ones like this made out of quartz. Pretty sure I made all those. Leon is Gaia confirmed. This is why there is a delay. They needed you to cook. I actually don't know why there is a delay. But that did give me some much needed building time. If you had taken 2 weeks out of my building time, I would not have been able to finish in time, or they would have had to commission me a lot earlier. The bridge, yes, I built the bridge too. Hold on a second. Let's go rewind real fast since you were asking. Bridge. I made this bridge. I built this bridge. Look, Gary, there I am. Oh, all this bridge maxing is making me thirsty. But yes, I built this bridge. Bridge. Pretty screenshots. Okay, where were we? We were here. Right, okay. So I was like, I got the idea in my head. Oh, I should make some POIs that are like themed around various Greek gods. So it would be cool, like, oh, if somebody is associated with a Greek god and they find that specific POI, I might like speak to them a little bit more. Maybe they'll have like a cool character moment there. Like that would be really cool. So I made a cool like Poseidon altar was the first thing I got. This is before Apo sent me the list of all the gods. I just kind of assumed Poseidon would be one of them because, you know, Poseidon is like a top 3 most recognizable Greek god. If not top 3, then definitely top 5. So I was like, oh, surely there's going to be like a Poseidon thing in here somewhere. So I built this really cool trident altar sticking out of like a pool of water. And the idea was that this pool of water, which you can sort of see right here, right at the top of this hill, was like an infinite spring of water, and it was connected to Poseidon somehow, and you get the idea. It was like an infinite spring of water. You have this stream that runs down the side, and it falls off here in a waterfall and goes into the sea. So, you know, connected with Poseidon and all that, obviously, like, that makes sense. It's cool. And then Apo was like, oh, well, here's a list of gods. Poseidon is not actually here. And I was like, oh, my bad. I kind of just assumed Poseidon would be involved. Poseidon was not involved. Nobody is the champion of Poseidon in Pantheon. Can we see the trident? The trident is gone. I'm sorry. I deleted the trident after a while. I kept it on the map for a bit because I liked the design, but then the more I looked at it, the less I liked the design. So after a while, I just deleted it. It was kind of cool, but it was really just like, it wasn't anything amazing. Anyways, I went through and I was like, oh, what are some other things? So I made a POI that was referencing Kronos, the god of time. Poseidon and Hades are not there. Yeah, really. I know, right? Poseidon and Hades are just not there. Oh, and also like Hera is a god as well, right? Any nerds in the chat want to let me know if Hera is a Greek god or just another important figure in Greek mythology? Okay, yes, Hera also not there. You got Zeus. But yeah, no Poseidon, no Hades, no Hera. Between Athena, and then there's all the A ones. There's Artemis, Athena, and Apollo. I think we've got 2 of those 3, or do we have all 3? I think we've got Artemis. I think we got Apollo. Don't remember Athena. I have to remind of those 3. Are any of them not in Pantheon? I should know this. I could also just go look. All of them. Okay, well those are the other ones that I remember off the top of my head. But then like Aphrodite. Aphrodite's a pretty well-known Greek god, and Aphrodite is not in Pantheon. Same thing with Dionysus. Yeah, Dionysus and Aphrodite are pretty recognizable too. They're not in Pantheon. I mean, hey, listen, they made their own decision about which gods are going to be represented and which are not, and that's, you know, that's a creative decision I was not involved in, so whatever. Anyways, my point is that I made a POI that was like a sundial. So hopefully, I forget who has Kronos, but somebody has Kronos. Hopefully the person who has Kronos is able to go find this POI. It's in a pretty central location. It's up on a hill. There's a shrine that has a big sundial in the middle of it. Because, you know, Kronos, time. I was like, oh, how do I represent time in a way that would line up with the time, like a classical aesthetic. So I can't do a clock because they didn't have clocks. I can't do like an hourglass would maybe be kind of pushing it. So I did a sundial. Owen is Chronos. Okay, cool. So I did a sundial because, that's how you would track time in the ancient days. You would use a literal stick in the ground and the sundial and stuff. Excuse me. I don't know what just happened to me there. This Pyro is Athena. Yes, okay. This is meant to represent, there's one that's the god of the winds. Is it Aeolus? Might be Aeolus, I'm not sure. Have to correct me on that. Somebody is the god of the winds. Yes, okay, good. So I was like, oh, how do I represent wind? Aeolus, yes. It's Scott. Oh, it's Scott's Aeolus. Yes, that's right. His character is all like wispy and windy and stuff. I saw the portrait art on Twitter the other day. Yes, okay. So I was like, how do I represent wind in a Minecraft build? I can't use wind charges and breezes because that would be really broken if somebody were to be able to get wind charges, especially because they're supposed to be like battling and stuff. If one guy has wind charges, that's kind of crazy. So I'm not going to give him wind charges in the world. So I was like, thinking like a wind. Wind chimes, bells. I could do bells. So you can't actually see the bells. There's supposed to be a bell right here. It didn't load in for some reason, so you just have a stick. But I have this cool like giant circular pillar submerged in the ground, and then you've got this structure with different sized bells. You got this giant bell, you got this medium sized bell, and then here and here and here you'd have the small like actual bell blocks. Wind stick, true. This whole build reminds me of the Odyssey. I mean, makes sense, I would say. Considering it's all ancient Greece. But yeah, this pond up here that was supposed to be this like pool of infinite water and Poseidon stuff, it just became a regular pond. It's now just a regular pond that flows down and becomes a waterfall. It's cool. So yeah, Aeolus, shout out Scott's Major. Aeolus, he's got his own little shrine right here. I didn't do shrines for all the gods. I didn't have enough POIs, didn't have enough ideas. But yeah, this one is connected to Aeolus. There's one connected to Chronos as well. And yes, I hope Scott can find the bells. It's in a really far out section of the map. It's kind of far away, but I'm sure they'll do some exploring and all that. Okay, next picture. Oh, hi, it's me. So now so these are all the screenshots of stuff I worked on, right? The bridges and the swamp ruins and the other POI like this and the altars and the structures and all that. This is all fine and good. Now we're getting to, me taking a bunch of selfies on the Pantheon map. So these aren't like the 30 FOV cinematic screenshots. These are more zoomed out. You can really see the depth of the map in this one. I mean, look at me. You got me here, and then look at all this back here. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? Isn't that so freaking pretty? This map is so good. Avo did such an amazing job, and the other build teams as well did such an amazing job. I did pretty good as well, but I wasn't, contributing to the overall vibes. I was just adding little bits and bobs. Oh, hey, this right here is the Sundial Shrine. So from the bridge, there are these two cliff peaks right here. There's this ruin right here, which is not associated with any specific god. And then there's this shrine right here. Did I build the shrine ruins that their gifts get dropped at? I have not seen any of the episodes yet, so I don't know where their gifts are getting dropped at, but I'll have to look, because if they're using my POIs for where their gifts get dropped at, that's freaking cool and awesome. Twin beaks. Oh, twin beaks. I don't have a blue object and a red object to hold up, unfortunately, but good reference. But yeah, like, look at this. It's cool. So I'm here. I'm taking my little selfie on the bridge that I just built. You can see the cool waterfall and landscape in the background and the giant mountain, the giant arena up there fading into the distance. It's super cool looking. Yeah, I'm really excited to check out people's Pantheon videos after this. I'm really, really excited. Right, so there's that. There is me in the Colosseum. Hey, look at that. I'm fighting to the death, being the champion of so-and-so. Didn't build the Colosseum, like I said. The big structures like this, didn't build this. Seems like a good place for a ranch. Right in the middle of the arena. Yeah, let's just put some showers in there. Or here, even better. It's like, hey, so I basically just after I finished my build work, I was like, oh, let me just take some selfies. It's like, let me just be a tourist and just be like, take some pictures. So there's me at the arena, me at the top of the mountain, and once again, more of a side shot. I'm just standing on a tree. You can see this crazy thing in the background. I didn't build this. There's some pathway over here that I worked on. That was cool. Oh, yes, this is one of my favorite screenshots. This, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see everything. Look at, this is one of my best attempts at getting a full screenshot of the entire map. Now, this is a super stretched out screenshot. So you can see a lot, but I'm standing right at the edge of the cliff that Olympus is on, the giant arena at the top. It's like a tourist at a tour. Yeah, no, exactly. Look at this. Look at this giant, and this is only like a third of the map, guys. You can see from the top all the way down to the bridge. You can see my bridge over here way in the distance. You can see this area. You can see this cool flower area. You can see the pathway that leads up to the sort of dark forest area with the green copper lanterns from earlier. Over inside, you can see this river snaking through. You can see another forested area over here where I did some more work on this area. You can see the two ruins I was talking about. There's the nondescript one here, and then there. You can see the sundial. Look at this thing poking up out of the ground. That's the sundial right there. That's for Kronos. Zooming all the way out. Like, look at this map. Look at this giant screenshot. It's huge. It's cool and awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is one of my favorite pictures that I took. Understandably. You can see how I really needed to zoom in for that one. Those trees are well built. Yeah, no, I'm assuming Apple did the trees. I'm assuming she did. Great job. Genuinely. They're really good looking trees. Lots of variety there, different kinds of trees. So once again, so much work had already been done on this map before I had joined. Like, I was just doing little bits on top. Okay, so yeah, a giant zoomed out shot though. I love, this is one of my favorite pictures. It's so, whoa, it's so huge. Oh yes, oh my gosh, here we are. I wonder what this is. I'm gonna let you guys guess what this is. Actually, I'm gonna leave this here. I wanna see if it's really not that hard to guess, but I wanna see if you guys can figure out what it is just based on the environment, just based on all the blocks you see here. All stone and sand and bits of wood and stuff. I want to see if you guys could know what this is. This is a fun thing. I talked earlier about how I was working in the overworld. All my stuff is in above ground except for one specific exception. And here is the exception. This is the one thing that I built that is connected to the underground. Spawn? Not quite. It's a penguin. Yeah, that's it. It is a penguin. Spawn? No, it's not the spawn. The spawn area is something different. There it is. Cyclops Cave. Yep, there it is. So this is the Cyclops Cave. Funnily enough, this is like one of the things that I built before I went to go see the Odyssey. Kind of silly that I did this before going to see the Odyssey, but whatever. I was on a little vacation in the process of doing my build work. So I saw the Odyssey with my friends and then came back and I already had the Cyclops Cave built. But yes, it's the Cyclops Cave. You can see there's a shipwreck washed up on shore here. There's all these bits of wood and stuff here. I'm using the leaf litter as like little wood chips because I'm imagining this ship like crashed into the shore. And the Cyclops like dragged some of the remains from this ship into its cave. Saw that there was a Minotaur enemy. I have no idea what enemies are programmed in this game. I have absolutely no idea. So don't go asking me for answers. I have no idea. Yeah. There's like little wooden boxes in here. You can see I put like some skeleton skulls. I have like some heads on spikes here because the Cyclops be eating people. It eats people. It eats guys. So you got all these little like bits of wood and spikes and stuff. And further in, you can't see it in the screenshot, but there's like a wooden knife and like a wooden fork. Cause it's like the giant wooden utensils to like eat stuff with. And there's this, I didn't realize there's magma there. I don't think I added that magma. There's like there's like some bones. There's like some giant ribs and bones and stuff. I unfortunately wasn't able to do like sheep down here, but it would have been funny. Behind this rock, there's like a smoking like fire pit area with some charred remains and stuff. Thought it was a minotaur that ate people. I don't know. But yeah, this is the Cyclops Cave. It was very fun. It was definitely one of the highlights, one of my favorite things that I built. It connects down into the underground area. Once again, can't really speak about the underground area too much because I didn't build it. That was mainly other folks. But yeah, Cyclops Cave. It's good stuff. Next up. Oh, this one was pretty. Yes, this is more of that dark forest area. Look at the beautiful green lighting here. Look at me standing on a happy gas. I like logged back in one day and Apple had just put these like happy gas on shrines, or on these altars. Just sitting in the middle of the pool. I thought it was really funny. So yeah, but look, like you've got the dried kelp blocks. Really interesting choice, but looks really good for the underside of a pool. It really does look like a shallow pool. And you've got all these ruined structures. These are made of tuff, right? Like this whole area is a little darker. It's a little gloomier. This structure on the left I didn't build. The pool I didn't build, but I did do some of these structures on the right. And the farmland and stuff up there. And some torches. So yeah, I was, doing a huge detail pass through this entire area. And yeah, it was very fun. Apple was putting in the dried gas as detail, which I thought was very funny. Once again, the colored lighting just really adds so much. Here you can see the lighting isn't as green because it's further away. But then if you look over here, the lighting is very green because it's much closer to the camera. It's interesting how that works. But yeah, cool, nice gloomy nighttime dark foresty area. Oh, it was so cool. The very, very atmospheric area. One of my favorite areas as far as atmosphere goes. It's funny, another area that looks like this is the Medusa section, which I did not take any photos of. So you will not be able to see any Medusa photos, unfortunately. The one in the Cyclops Cave did for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. This guy, yeah, I think there's a few casualties. Just 1, 2, 3. I thought there was more than 3. Thanks for the laugh track. There's a bat over there. I didn't notice that. But yeah, cool vibe. Really cool vibe. I hope people hang out and have a cool time in this green area because it looks so nice. And then this one. Yes, this is I put in my social media posts. There's this. There is me with the spear. I'm the champion of penguins, and I've got my penguin spear pointed at the camera all aggressively, like, oh, I'm gonna penguin you so hard. Oh, it's penguining time, boys. The last thing you see before you get banished to the underworld. Why you poking us? Get poked, bozo. Yeah, this is the last thing you see before you get banished to the underworld. Just... there you go. I think it's funny. I think it's very funny. Thanks for the vibe. Yeah, so I loved the screenshot. I thought it was funny looking with my little diamond spear just going, wah! At you guys. Obviously, I didn't build this. This is already here by the time I showed up and started building, but it's, I'm a tourist. I'm taking funny screenshots of the map. 2 seconds before you spawn in the torture nexus. So true. Okay, we're coming to the end of the screenshots here. I think there's only a couple more. Yes, okay, last one. This, you probably reckon, if you've seen any POVs, you will have seen this area, because this is the starting area, I believe. It's this whole underworld area, underground, with all these cool stalactites. Underneath this ring structure is the river Styx down here. It's the river on the underworld, and that's why I have Styx. Get it? Because it's the river Styx, and he's got sticks. Yeah. That's why I'm holding sticks. It's funny, guys. It's a funny joke. It's the epic funny haha moment. But yeah, that's that. That is, I once again didn't build this. It's really cool. I knew this is going to be the starting area where people spawn in and have their first things happen. But you know, sticks. Here, you know what? Here, hold on a second. I want to get tomatoed. Where's the tomato? I'll tomato myself for you. I got you. No tomato? No tomato. Why no tomato? Why no tomato? I literally fixed my redeems. Why are they being cringe again? Bear with me. For tomato, get current scene. You're supposed to be tomatoing. Hello? There it is. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for, guys. Apologies. Don't know why that took so long for me to figure out. I think my redeems are still a little bit broken. But regardless, I got you with the tomato. You're welcome. You're welcome, Joe's banana. Right. River Styx. It's funny. It's sticks, you know. Hot sticks. Yeah. Yeah. It sticks. It's a funny joke. That's basically it. And then you have a picture of Feathers McGraw. I saved it to the same folder as all my Pantheon screenshots so I could show it on stream easily. But yeah, there you go. There's my Pantheon spoilers for you. Hold on a second. Let me just add some text here real fast. Wow, super secret Pantheon spoilers. There we go. Here's your super secret Pantheon spoilers that you guys wanted, guys. There it is. There it is. Nothing but evil. Yeah, absolutely nothing but evil between those eyes. Those beady black little eyes full of evil and mischief and scoundrelness. And yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. That's all the Pantheon stuff I wanted to show off for today. We're going to go hop onto Lunar Phase for just a little bit. I really just want to show off the completed data center now that the SMP is coming to an end. Unfortunately, it is our last couple days on Lunar Phase. I will not be streaming anymore from Lunar Phase after this because the server is shutting down, and by the time my next stream time comes around, I will, Lunar Phase will be gone. So, gotta show off the finished data center. I haven't showed it off on stream at all, so we're gonna go take a look at that in just a minute. But hey, thanks for coming in and hanging out with Pantheon Yapping. I know we've been going for like almost 2 hours here. I had a lot to say about Pantheon, clearly. Yay, god of data center. I got you. A god of shareholder value. Yeah, guys, who's the god of shareholder value? Very important question. Oh, there's a Lunar Phase finale event. Whoa. Yeah, who's the god of good question. Who is the Greek god of god of shareholder value? But yeah, here's we've run out of wait, hold on, really? We've run out of I didn't think there was a limit on that. Hold on a second. What's the limit on the laugh tracks? Oh, I messed this whole thing up. I don't even know why I have limits on this in the first place. Let me just... Okay, you should have more laugh tracks now. There we go. There we go. Yup, there we go. We laughed our last track. Yeah, I messed up the quantity of laugh tracks. Anyways, enjoy your super secret Pantheon spoilers. Actually, hold on. We can make this image better. We can make this image better. Streaming assets. Where are you? Where did I put you? Where did I put you? Where did I... Media source. Someone clip these spoilers. Super secret Pantheons. I know. Super secret Pantheon spoilers. Where did I put this? Okay, I'm just gonna... there it is. Yeah. Oh, I need to credit this. There we go. Yeah. There's your super secret Pantheon spoilers. playing audio. Oh God. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Oh no, I didn't realize I was playing audio this whole time. I couldn't hear that through my headphones, so I just thought it was going. I'm sorry. Oh, because I have it set up differently. I had it set up differently on my end, because when the redeem happens, it plays the sound and plays the I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. That's my bad. Did not mean to do that. Here, you know what? For those of you on mobile, you also need to see the super secret Pantheon spoilers. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. Super secret. Yeah, super secret Pantheon spoil. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to leak things for everybody, but oh well. You know, it happens. It happens, guys. I know. Really, really secret, sensitive information. I'm sorry. I spoiled who's going to win Pantheon, guys. Feathers McGraw is actually going to win Pantheon. Oh, hold on. We can make this better. We're just gonna add one more thing, and then we hop on over to Lunar Phase. Oh, it's a WebP file. Can I still display WebP files on this? I really hope I can. Yes, I can. Yeah, let's go. We got it. We got it, folks. We got it. There's our super secret Pantheon spoilers. Let me just unlock the aspect ratio and oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Why are you being weird? Whatever. That's fine. I'm on mobile, so I can't clip. All right, sorry guys. Super secret Pantheon spoiler. That's who's actually gonna win Pantheon as Corey Baxter from hit video game Corey in the House for Nintendo DS. Sorry guys. I hate to spoil it for you, but yeah, that's you know, when they're like 8 or 9 or 10 episodes in, Corey Baxter is gonna emerge out of the ground. He's gonna say it's Corey time, and he's gonna kill every remaining Pantheon SMP member instantly, and he's gonna hit the gritty. He's gonna hit the gritty in the middle of the arena, and then all the Greek gods will start cheering in unison, and then the series is gonna end. That's how Pantheon's gonna end, actually. Yeah. It's gonna be Corey Baxter from hit video game Corey in the House for Nintendo DS. Like I said, he's gonna hit the gritty. He's gonna hit the gritty. Anyways, that being said, sure, I hope Corey Baxter isn't playing max volume audio either. Well, great, now I have to watch. Fair enough. All right. I've been delaying for long enough. Let's go show off the data center. We're gonna be ending stream decently soon, but I want to show off the completed block data center, and I want to show you all the little details before we call it a day. So let's finally head on over to the on-stream, the actual stream overlay, which means all the redeems will work now, by the way. We finally switched over. All the redeems will be working. So you can spam all the stuff you like. It'll all be working. Let's go hop on over to Lunar Phase real fast. Whoa, new transition. I know. Oh. Fear jump scare. Wait for it. Was I switching scenes? Hi. Ah, there we go. Hold on, you get the fear as well. You get the fear. Where's my minimal armor? There's my minimal armor. Where's my fear? There's the fear. Okay, hat swap. Hold on, give me a second. I'm feeling the bucket hats today. What can I say? Okay, hat off, hat on, bucket hat, gaming time. Okay, wow, look at this. All the redeems are coming in. Thanks, Epic Hat. Yeah, no, the transition's pretty cool. What can I say? And I got the transitions working on the mobile vertical view as well, by the way. You can see that. How you doing? Em? As Leon freaking explodes and dies. Oh, yeah, sorry. Hi, Cream, also. Hi, Cream. You missed the part where I was spoiling Pantheon for everybody. Actually, no, I still got it. Hold on a second. So, yeah, Cream, I hate to, spoil things, but yeah. This is how Pantheon is going to end. Sorry, guys. now you can't really watch the series, but this is how Pantheon is going to end, guys. Yeah, I know. Tragic. No one would have ever expected it to go out this way, but what can I say? I have insider info, and yeah, there's Pantheon for you. I know. Crazy stuff indeed. But yeah, let's show off the completed. Why are you here? You are not producing shareholder value. Okay, moving on. Let's check out the block.ai data center. Creep, how you doing, by the way? Hope you're doing all right. Why are there guys here? Hold on a second. I must become real. Does that not work on the other side? Hold on a second. Why does that not work over here? Face cam. Don't look at that. Face cam PNG. My bad, gamers. It doesn't work on the vertical view. I have to go fix that. Anyways, gonna hop into free cam real fast. Gonna admire the crispy block.ai macro chip and lodged in my prefrontal cortex. And take a look at the beautiful... Oh, wait, let me go sleep first. That's just a sentient data sets. Don't worry about them. Oh, okay. That's cool then. In our meeting room, by the way, we have a little mini block on display here for anybody that, in case they forget about block and how wonderful block is. You got the mini block right there. Let me go sleep real fast, and so we can actually look at the block.ai data center during the daytime. Right, over here, out this way, we out our boardroom, and, excuse me, I gotta switch the thing back. I have to fix this. I have to fix this on the mobile vertical view. There we go. I'm just gonna say the face swapping stuff is I have to fix that after the stream. Right. Okay. Gonna go into free cam real fast. Give our block.ai prefrontal cortex in macro chip just a little smooch on the forehead, little mwah, because we love it so much, just like how much we love block. Anyways. There we are, the finished data set. Look at this thing right here. Look at all the goop pouring out of this. Just like me on a Thursday night, if you know what I mean. Look at this beautiful thing. Josh and I have finished the data center, at least the exterior of it. We'll see if we have time to work on the interior over the next couple days. But we got this giant monolithic slab of deep slate and stone here. It produces so much shareholder value. What can I say? Around the sides, we've got pipes. We've got state-of-the-art ventilation systems that do not produce any annoying sounds whatsoever. We've got all the goop pipes. This thing is getting goopy like crazy. Like I said, me on an average Thursday night. Am I right, gamers? This thing is producing so much environmental runoff. This thing is doing all sorts of things to the surrounding environment. You can see it's turning the surrounding landscape into goop. More goop. The children yearn for more goop. More goop, more goop, more goop. We've, of course, got our block prototype. We've got our wheat field. We got our little front entrance way over here. I also installed something cool. It only opens from the inside, unfortunately. But we've got a 3x3 piston door. I installed a cool little vault door for our data center using some iron blocks right there to open it up, of course. Open the thing back up. Bam, you got ourselves a piston door. Very nice. Okay, over here, we got some... Yeah, we got some shareholder value producing fans. We got some more goop. As you can see, the goop is very healthy and does not produce any adverse side effects for any of the natural wildlife. Use noxious sludge for the runoff. I mean, that's basically what we're doing. We got this horizontal goop pipe here, putting some more goop in the ocean. Mortal Jellyfish, welcome in, first time chatter. Good to see you. Why is my stream frozen? That was weird. Things just froze there for a minute. Why am I lagging? Why am I lagging? Why am I doing that? Right, okay. Over here, you got some more goop. You know, there was this little natural bit of water here. There was this natural bit of watery landscape here. Couldn't have that. The water was too clean and pristine. So we filled it full of goop. And then around back here, we got another fan, which are, of course, very quiet. You can barely hear these things, to be honest with you. Can you fish in the goop? You can indeed, but I wouldn't recommend it. 67% zoom. Yeah, you got some very state-of-the-art redstone observer cooling ventilation systems that are not producing any noise whatsoever. But yeah, that's the block data center. I started messing around with the inside here, putting in some trees, multiple running buildstone fans. Why am I like? Yeah, I don't know why I'm like. You know what? I'm lagging because of all the shareholder value. Producing so much shareholder value, guys. Ah! What a jump scare. You almost
Hi.
scared the shareholder value out of me. Hi.
Wait, did I?
Almost. I was like showing off my
Aw.
trees and then I back up and there's just a person here.
Yeah, and then it's me.
Yeah.
I thought I should have said something. I should have yelled. I thought about it.
Yell, shareholder value. Ah!
Ah!
Ah! Well, hello. Welcome to the data
Hi.
center.
Yes, it's very. It looks like an indoor sports venue currently.
It kind of does. I want to see if I have time to fill this with stuff. Of course, I like move some of our survival stuff in here. I was gonna make giant server racks full of just like boxes labeled people's personal data.
Oh,
but-
okay. Like the actual like just doxing everybody on the
Yeah,
server.
well, it would be like pick somebody
Yeah.
that's on Lunar Phase, just like emchmu's personal data, just put it in a barrel
Yeah,
and
it's
just
got
put it
the-
up on
their
a server
address.
rack. Yeah. We'll see if I have time to get to that though, because I know Lunar Phase is tragically ending soon.
Yes. Few more days.
A few
Few
more
more
days.
days.
This is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually, this is sad enough.
is.
I have to switch off my high energy music playlist and go towards
Oh
the,
no,
the chill
something
music.
more sad and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nostalgic
Lunar Phase has
even.
been really
Yeah.
fun. I wish I could have been on more, but obligations and all that. And
Yes, of
it's
course.
been great though.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
it's been fun. It's been good. I've loved seeing everybody's builds.
Yeah.
That
Oh
was
yeah, the
a-
world tour the other day. Yes. Wish I could have made it to
Yeah.
that. I was out of the house all day, unfortunately.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's fine. No, it was cool. Lemon built a whole computer. Did you
I
see
saw
that?
the clip. Yes. When
Right?
it became
Isn't that
sentient.
sick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can type on it as well.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. I'm honestly,
Yeah.
you've got some crazy builders on the server. And then you have all the
Insane.
SBK people who just like were evil
Capitalism.
and built like
Capitalism
dumb
everywhere.
things. Yeah. Like we
No.
didn't plan this, but me and Musi and Milkman and Josh and all these people associated with SBK and stuff are like, we all just decided to be the worst people imaginable.
Yeah, the villains of the server.
Yeah.
Well, because you missed the world tour, here's an epic waffle.
Whoa. Holy crap.
epic
This
waffle.
is so freaking epic, guys. That's crazy. Okay, I don't have any
From one
hunger
of the
right now,
Waffle
or else. Actually, can you
Houses.
just punch me a few times? Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I want one more time just for
Wonderful.
good measure.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I want one more time, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
One more time.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm worried. Well, I would say yes. Don't get me wrong. It was enjoyable. An enjoyable, pleasant experience all around.
Yeah.
But I'm
Well,
worried that I might
almost
lose
cut
my.
off the arm.
Yeah, I might lose my
So I thought that I
block
could
chip
do-
in my head
yeah.
if you keep doing that. So
Oh, I see.
nice. Well, that is a pristine waffle right there. One
Yeah?
might even say epic and awesome sauce and
An epic and
freaking
awesome sauce.
poggers. Yeah, it was great.
Yee!
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Is he a worker?
Oh,
Is he a worker?
yeah. Sorry, they get a little angry when we don't let them like use the bathroom and stuff. But
Is it like
he'll
a
get used
vitamin
to it.
D thing or
Yeah. Well, they don't get a lot of that
like
either. You
deficiency?
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little, you know, you think they would be happy just getting paid and knowing the fact that they're contributing to shareholder value, but apparently that's not enough for these ungrateful people. Up. You know, I'm just gonna let this play out and see what happens. Because we all know you're a very skilled survival player, right? You like really like making survival content and
Yeah,
playing survival.
I'm really
and-
skilled.
Yeah.
I'm really skilled at this survival.
Chat, somebody in chat, please clip that. If I need one of you to clip that. That was hilarious. Somebody please clip that. I need that for the Lunar Phase Discord. Who needs to watch that? It was just like Benny Hill music. Just it was just like just watching her get chased around by the Enderman. OMG, I'm so cutesy. Ooh. Probably should put this in a chest somewhere. Ooh, a diamond chisel. Whoa, what does that do? But yeah, thanks. Please clip that. That was hilarious. Yeah, that was just watching her running around getting chased by the Enderman. Oh, that was good. That was a good time. Okay. Chest. I got your stuff, by the way. Amazing at survival. Thank you. Thanks for clipping that. It's all being fed to block. Yum yum shareholder value. That's not my hammer. There we go. Why are you so full of flowers? That's what I wanted to know. There's so many freaking flowers. Princess, that's my hammer. Why do you... Okay, I'll ask Em when she shows back up. Oh, she's right over here. Why do you have so many flowers?
I was flowering up the paths.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when you exploded everywhere, you were like 90% flowers by mass.
Yeah.
So,
I'm made of flowers.
yeah, I guess
It's true.
so.
I'm sorry you had to kill your worker.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just hire another one. And then there's the rest of
Okay.
your stuff. Yeah. No, they're replaceable. It's fine.
Oh, they're
Like when
replaceable?
you don't pay them or let them sleep or pee or unionize, it's like it's really easy to just, grab another
Just
one.
feel like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, your lightning is... Your lightning flowers.
Oh, is that what's doing that?
Yeah, your lightning flowers.
Right. Yes, I was assaulted by some charlatans who tried to steal the microchip out of my
Charlatans?
brain. That's what happened there.
Ah, did they take it?
They did, but then I had another one, so it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, here, let me just sleep real fast. I was wondering why I'm always getting thunder and lightning. I feel like this server gets a lot of thunder and lightning for some reason.
Yeah, the flowers.
But like, do they wait, no, they don't do they actually trigger thunderstorms?
No, they just trigger lightning
I see.
during night
Okay.
times and everything.
Hmm.
What's mini block? What the heck is...
Oh, that's our scale model of block.
What? That's a... Oh, okay, I
It's a
can
little
see.
desk toy. You know, when we're
It's-
having our
okay.
meetings and we lose sight of what's important. Well, first of all, we have the to-do list, so we can make sure we remember what's
Right.
important.
Okay, let me
Right? You got to
read this
circle
down.
back. You got to follow up.
Yep.
You got to move the needle. You got to shift paradigms. You got to get a paradigm
Right.
shift going on here. You got to innovate and delve deep. You gotta leverage data and give 110%. Always leverage data. Always be leveraging data. We gotta engineer some new prompts. For block. We got to disrupt the industry. We're innovators. We're disruptors, right? We're trying new things. We're gonna take this offline. Have our little offlines every now and again. And last but definitely not least, wait a minute. There's a bit of a spelling mistake here.
Like a typo.
Yeah, sorry. Block
Okay.
probably just didn't fix that last bit. But yeah, just in
Hallucinated.
case you forgot.
Right.
Yeah. These are our... I think we're getting somewhere, guys. I think we're getting somewhere with this. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, well, goodbye. I wonder if she's coming back. Oh, she is coming back. Yay. It was like just long enough where I was starting to think you were actually just gone, and I was going to go end my stream.
Now you have to keep going forever and ever.
Forever and ever. True. I am actually going to go end my stream
now. You see that? LeonSBU users, if I'm here, the stream never ends.
Oh my gosh.
Never ends.
It
never
ever,
ends.
Ever. I see.
Never ends.
One of these days, maybe I'll do a subathon and then you'll get your wish.
Yeah, and then I'll just have to stay. It'll never end for me either.
Yeah, you'll have to be on screen at all times. It'll just be the emchmu show. I actually just watched the Truman Show recently, so you know, kind of fitting.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Men.
Truman Show. Haha. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go end my stream. I'll be right back.
I'll be here all night.
Yeah. Is it like 6 in the morning for you? You're...
Okay, it's almost 6 in the morning for me.
Oh my gosh. I thought I was being too early by saying 6 in the morning, but no, it's before 6 in the... Oh my gosh. Okay. The Aussie sleep schedule is truly insane.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go end my stream real fast. I'm gonna seal myself in my data center. Alright, folks. That is going to be it for Lunar Phase. It has been fun. It has been great. I'll be sure to put my things somewhere in the data center. I've sealed myself within the walls of the block.ai data center forever to be entombed in my shareholder value. Guys, thanks for joining me on this stream series. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really silly. I know it's a lot like Waste SMP where it's kind of just a lot of silly, goofy nonsense, but... hope you guys enjoyed. Lunar Phase was a lot of fun. We, of course, didn't get to do quite all the things we wanted to do with, like, draining the ocean and all that, but Josh and I both got super duper busy, so it'd be like that. It'd be like that with these Minecraft series. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and end things off here, which means I shall be... I forgot about that. Give me a second. Boop, 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 and boop, 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 boop. Okay, there we go. Yep. So long, Lunar Phase. It's been fun. Oh, I gotta fix my camera over here. Face cam. Wow. Slide you over. There we go. Okay, excellent. Lunar Phase has been a blast. Oh, I'm still not really aligned here. There we go. That's probably a little better. Okay. Yep, guys, thanks for tuning in. Lunar Phase is great. I love being a tech bro. It was very funny. I promise I'm not like this in real life, guys. I played the most miserable character I've ever played. Absolute horrible, horrible character. I'll be putting up a poll in my Discord at some point asking who was worse, the Waste SMP cowboy or the Lunar Phase tech bro. But yeah, let me go ahead and send you guys off somewhere. See who is currently live. There's quite a lot of folks live right now, actually. Okay. Who we got here? I think I see where I'm going to be sending you guys off. Okay. You guys are going to be sent over to the wonderful Fanity's live stream. I'm going to do a raid message. LeonSBU raid. Gonna send you guys off to Fanity, who's currently streaming some Minecraft right now. Fanity is wonderful. Got to know her recently. Got to put her in the torture nexus. She's great. Hi, Fan. Happy gaming. I'm just gonna do a little raid message like that. I shall see you guys over there. Go say hi to Fanity. Go give her some follows. Go give her some support. Fanity is absolutely wonderful. Really, really awesome person. And yeah, I'll see you on over there. Take care, gamers. And until next time, we shall be streaming Wednesday. We should be streaming Wednesday for Morrowind. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday for some more Morrowind with Quilby. Have a good one, gamers.